Among the hostages believed to be held by Hamas is Hersh Goldberg-Polin, a 23-year-old with dual Israeli-American citizenship who was at that music festival when the terrorists attacked. His parents flew to New York today to press the United Nations for help getting the hostages released. I spoke with them a short time ago. Let me first, if I can, get your reaction to there have been another 2 hostages released. Of course, the Americans on Friday. Does that raise your level of hope?
I would say on the one hand, we look for hope wherever we can grasp at it. So in some ways, a little bit. Bottom line is, when all 200 plus are released, and in our case, obviously, we're most concerned about our own son who's wounded. That's what we're hoping is going to happen.
It's now been 17 days since Jonathan Polin and Rachel Goldberg have heard from their son, Hersh. The 23-year-old was last seen in this photo on the left, hiding from Hamas in a bomb shelter near the music festival. Witnesses say Hersh's arm was blown off in an explosion. He then applied his own tourniquet before being driven off in a Hamas truck.
He needs a certain kind of surgery, and he needs heavy doses of antibiotics. I don't know that he's getting either one of those 2 things.
Hersh is a dual U.S.-Israeli citizen. I first met his parents in Jerusalem, where they now live. They came to New York to plead for the United Nations' help in freeing the hostages.
They're hostages from somewhere between 30 and 40 countries. They're elderly, they're babies, they're critically wounded. This is a global humanitarian issue that we want to raise at the United Nations and have leaders of the world join together and scream to solve this humanitarian crisis.
I saw almost the control room you've established in your living room there. Have you heard any more information that specifically gives you a timeline of where he might be or what the circumstances might be at this point?
We really haven't. We really haven't. And remember, Lester, we don't know that he didn't die on that truck 17 days ago when he was abducted, because there's been no proof of life for any of the hostages who are being held. So none of us know. So your most important role right now is to keep his name out there and keep this story out there.
We have one mission: bring him home and get him the treatment that he needs.
Immediately. Like, time is running out, and every single person should know that.
We just keep hoping that somewhere, somehow, Hersh knows that not only are his parents and his siblings fighting for him, but that there is a world of people out there who are pulling for him and pulling for all the hostages. And I hope that they sense that sense of good in the world.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.